All right, so if you're anything like me, you're probably looking for these two items right here, the far forward GPS signal amplifier and the advanced current converter, both of which you need if you want to max the hideout, if you want to get Intel Center level 3, if you want to get solar power, if you want to get Bitcoin 3. And it's come to my attention that a lot of you guys that are watching my videos on the hideout and talking about getting it to the max level and getting everything maxed all the way out, a lot of you are asking, where do you find these items in order to max out the hideout? So you've probably already noticed that you can't just simply go to the flea market and buy these items. The only way you can get these items is by going to labs. Now you can also get them from, I believe, Lightkeeper quests, unlock some barters for them that you can trade for them. But if you're struggling to find these things, chances are you probably aren't to Lightkeeper yet, as I am not to Lightkeeper yet. So that's just me assuming, but I'm going to make a quick video on labs and kind of show you guys a bunch of different spawns and places that you can be looking. Obviously, this video isn't going to be heavily edited. This is just kind of a quick guide to help you guys out to try and find these two items. So keep in mind that obviously I'm not going to be able to show you guys every single spawn on the map because I do not know every single spawn. But I will use my knowledge of the map to show you guys as much as I can, and I'll even show you where I found both of mine. So we're gonna jump straight into the lab and I will show you guys where these things can be found. All right, jumping into the raid, we are kind of in the main lobby area. This is gonna be an area that most of you guys will probably recognize. If you do not know the map at all, I will leave a link in the description to the Tarkov wiki. They have a really good map for labs. It shows you each level, it shows you everything you need to know, where all the player spawns are, all the locked rooms are. It tells you absolutely everything. If you don't know the map, I highly recommend going down there, clicking that link, using that to kind of follow along. And then in the future, if you want to learn the map a little bit better, I would recommend going and watching maybe some big streamers that play this map very often and watch them play, and it'll give you a good idea of the layout before you ever even go in here. At least that's what I did when I first started the game. So we're starting over here because most of the spawns that I know of are on this side of the map. So we're gonna jump straight into it and I will show you guys as much as I can. So when we come up these stairs right here, we have the cat office. Over here to our left is going to be the red keycard room, and then over here is going to be the little office where you hit the button for the parking extract. Over there is yellow key card. I think you guys get the point. So the first place I would check is in here. Look around on the floor, look on the table, look around all over here. Basically anywhere that there is like a rare item spawn or an electronic spawn, you can find these things. So I'm going to run through the whole map, show you guys all the spots that I can, and then we can go from there. So check the cat office. That's a really good spot. Up next, we're going to go over here to this office across from red keycard room. Come in here, make sure you're looking at the ground, checking everywhere. Come into these little offices, look on the shelves. Check these shelves over here. Just make sure you're keeping your eyes open. Now, I found both of mine. I found one here, and then I believe the other one was on the floor right here. And this was a really good spot for me. I found them both back to back. But again, just make sure you guys are checking everywhere. As you can see, we got a lion on this table. This is a rare spawn, so it can be there. So come in this room, check everywhere in here, keep your eyes open. Next up, we're going to come over here to the office where you hit the parking extract button and check over here on this, check over here on the table. And keep in mind when you're checking all of these places, these are all obviously rare loot spawns and stuff, so you can get crazy stuff like Bitcoins, LEDXs, all that kind of stuff. But once you're done in there, you're going to go down these stairs into the parking garage. And you're going to come over here and check between this red car and this black car. Right here on the line, there is going to be a spawn for either of those items. I believe I was helping a friend try to find these, and we found one of them right there. Up next, we're going to make our way over towards Dome. And this is going to be the other side of the map. This is a very, very, very highly populated area. Well, I guess I should say most of labs is going to be very PvP oriented, and you're definitely going to run into players, but this area in the center is probably going to be the worst. So just make sure you guys are being careful when you come through here. But before we jump down in there, I want to show you one spawn over here. I don't know for a fact if they spawn in these dark offices, but it doesn't hurt to check around in here. We're going to go around to the other dark office. And then you can check right here on top of these white crates is going to be a spawn for either of those items. Again, you can check around in the dark offices. I think there's a spawn down here. And then just keep your eyes open and look around. All right, so we're going to make our way down into the center of the map by dome. The next spot you're going to want to check is in here. I believe people call this mini med or something like that. I don't know. I don't really call it anything. Make sure you look along these tabletops right here. I actually believe I found the advanced current converter on one of these tables for a friend. And then you can check down here on the ground as well. Make sure you're looking on top of all of these little white med container type of things right here. I believe these are all rare item spawns, so you can find them right there potentially. And then as we run around the middle of the map, make sure you're just looking on every kind of surface. Look in here on top of the barrels, on top of this desk. This is also a black keycard spawn, if you didn't already know. We'll come over here, check on top of all the tables and countertops. Same thing over here on top of all these tables and countertops. Again, over here, I believe there is another one of these little med box pile things right here. You can check right there. And we can make our way over this way. Check these server racks on top of the tables. Check all of this. Basically, any table or countertop, make sure you are looking and checking that. Now this right here is going to be the weapon testing area. You do need a key to get in here. I forgot to bring mine in, but basically you can go in from either this door or this door, and there are spawns in there for both of those items. And then we're just going to keep walking around over here, checking all the tabletops. You can check in here, over here. And we're going to go over to the robotic arms. I don't think you can get in this one. Actually, you can. Make sure you check in here. Go ahead and check in this one as well, right here on this tabletop. I believe I have seen one in like a video or a stream or something. Someone found one of them right there. And then if we go over here, right up here in the center is going to be the manager's office. I don't know for a fact if there are spawns up here for those items, but the key is cheap enough. You might as well buy it and check it out. I forgot to bring mine, but you would either go in through this door or you can come through the middle and go in through this door. Oh, there's one of those quest paintings right there. Interesting. Anyways, check in manager's office. I don't know if for a fact if they spawn in there, but it doesn't hurt to try. Also, if you're curious, there is a keycard spawn right here. I believe it's green, but I'm not sure. And basically that is going to do it for all of the places that I would be checking. Off the top of my head, that is everywhere that I know of. But again, any electronic spawn or any high value spawn, it can potentially be there. So if you're running around the map, just keep your eyes open, keep a lookout for them. But this should be a nice little baseline for you guys to get started with. And that's already a ton of different places that you can be checking. Like I said before, I found both of mine over here in the office across from Red on the little bookshelf. But again, I just showed you guys a ton of different places that you can be looking. My best advice, if you're going to go to labs, if you're scared of the map, if you're new to it, don't bring in any high tier gear, because obviously if there are cheaters, they're going to see your gear and they're going to want to come after you. So come in kind of budget. A lot of people run this map with the SVT or the AVT with some good ammo. So if that's your cup of tea, go ahead and do that. But this should help you guys get started and give you a basic understanding of where you should be looking for items. And hopefully you can get your hideout all the way maxed. So anyways, just wanted to make this quick video for you guys. No fancy editing, you know, just wanted to throw this out there for those of you who have been asking questions about it. Short little guide for you, and hopefully this helps you guys and hopefully learn something. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.